Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the Language of the Mind podcast. I'm your host, Sukanya, and as always, I'm thrilled to have you join me for this insightful journey. Today, we have an incredibly inspiring guest with us, someone who has dedicated her career to empowering individuals and shaping future leaders. She's a passionate and experienced soft skills trainer and the managing partner of Skill Yourself Ahead Academy. And today, we are here to speak about leadership, which is a skill that's not just for managers, but for also anyone who wants to influence, inspire, and create a positive impact in their world. Please join me in welcoming Lehar with 15 plus years of experience in training individuals and teams. She has a knack for turning theoretical leadership concepts into practical and actionable strategies. I've known her for quite some time, and her approach is quite engaging, I would say. And it's also tailor made to bring out the best in every individual she works with. So, Lehar, how are you? It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Hi, Sukanya. The same here. How are you doing?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I just wanted to have this conversation a long time back, but then
Yeah, I
it
know.
happened today.
Okay. So
So
finally
yeah.
we are here.
Yes. So I just wanted to, ask you about certain things like how leadership works and
Mm-hmm.
kind of a few personal questions as well. Like, how did you, to start off with, how did you start with soft skills? What drew you here? There will be some point of time
Mm-hmm.
wherein you'll have to get acquainted to this domain. So what brought you here?
Okay. So I would say it's not just a moment or one incident, rather a couple of them. So it
Mm-hmm.
was early in my career, I think back in 2010, I have noticed a couple of recurring patterns, okay, wherein I saw a couple of people with great ideas or rather talented professionals were really struggling to express themselves. Okay, so they hit this roadblock just because of the gap in the soft skills, and that is when I realized that soft skills like communication skills, leadership skills, time management are not just an option; they're very essential. And that day,
Yeah.
I decided that I want to be the bridge between the potential and the performance to make a real difference in their lives. So that's how I've been, into it. And it's been almost, I think, 6 years that I'm into training,
Okay.
and the journey goes on.
Looks like, it's kind of a, I've heard people saying it's like it's my passion. Oh, I wanted to become a teacher. I want to spread knowledge and all these things. But then identifying that gap is really something, so excited. I'm so excited actually.
Yeah, because
So,
training, I understood or I've learned that training is not just about teaching, it's about
correct. Mm,
empowering individuals to discover their potential and then help them to redefine their limits. Because for
yeah,
a lot of them, it's a real struggle.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you to get into this idea of having your own academy kind of a thing? Because I don't think everyone could take that bold step, right? And as a trainer, even I'm a trainer, so when I start off as a trainer, I don't want to take that big bold step right away in the beginning. So what made you do that?
Okay. So it's been my passion from a very long time that I want to help a lot of people. So initially, I started with training the college students. So I did a campus training or both online and offline. I had a couple of students joining me because their communication skills are not up to the mark.
Yeah.
So I mean, it all started online with a couple of people. Okay. So later, I felt there is a need to expand this further because a lot of people are really lost. They really don't know where they're going and how they want to take it forward from where they are.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
felt I want to create a kind of a program wherein, the students are very well guided to understand where they need to go in the right path. So
Mm.
I wanted it to be a total program wherein they undergo a communication training, and then the soft skills training, and then we also do interview facing techniques, resume building. We guide them
Mm.
to reach the right path, at least guide them to understand where they really want to go. So that's where it all started, and slowly I took a next step of moving it from an online platform to having a physical institute of my own, wherein I can support people in different ways and different
Mm-hmm.
courses. So
Mm.
now it's really expanded. I mean, I deal with different different categories of people: students, people who are already experienced,
Yeah, the corporates.
people, yeah, corporates, etc.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's where it all started.
And it's also easily approachable, don't you think so?
Yes,
Like
of
kind of
course it is.
people, if you have a shop and if you want, come and take it. It's kind of that
Yes,
attitude,
yes,
isn't
and
it?
it's also a trust factor that is really important, right? So
Yeah.
when you're just an online trainer,
Mm-hmm.
people tend not to trust you because how much of experience you have, where you are actually placed, etc. A lot of questions go in their mind. But when you have a physical institute, when they visit your institute, when they see what you're actually doing and how many people are there around, so this is a kind of a trust factor that
That's right. Yeah. It
yeah,
makes
helps
sense
them to take
actually.
a
Yeah.
decision.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where is your office actually? Is it in Hyderabad or?
Yes, it's in Hyderabad. It's in Ameerpet, Balkampet
Okay.
Road. Yeah.
Okay. So those who are listening, my dear listeners, I'm just going to put on her academy's address right in the description box. And if you need anything regarding training, any corporate solution training or whatever it is, campus training or something, please do get in touch with her. And I guess you'll be amazed by the outcome. Yeah. And Lehar, I just wanted to ask you when we were
Mm-hmm.
I was introducing you, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I gave an intro. I don't know if you remember that. I told you that,
Mm-hmm.
leadership skill is something, it's just not for managers, right?
Mm.
But it is something for everyone should know,
Mm-hmm.
and someone who wants to influence people, someone who wants to be an inspirer, and
Mm.
someone who wants to make a positive impact should undergo leadership training. Do you think this is
Mm.
true?
Yeah, so leader doesn't mean that you have to be in the top ladder of your career or something. So a leader is
Mm.
someone who is able to guide a group of people or even an individual to understand what their goals are and guide them, support them, influence them, motivate them in the right direction, so that it is a support or help for them to reach their path. That's it. So you don't have to
That's right.
be in the top ladder to be a
Mm.
leader at all.
Anyone who's aspiring to become a manager could also have that.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
It's
Leadership
actually,
actually starts,
yeah.
maybe right in your family, or maybe in your college, or wherever it is. If you're able to guide people, if you're able to understand them, motivate them, help them, then you are called a
Yeah,
leader. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. And being a mother, you think we are the best leaders,
Of
aren't
course
we?
we are, of course. Yes. Yes.
Being a
That's why I
mother
said it
is
all
quite,
starts at
yeah.
home. It
It
starts
it
at home.
starts
Yes.
at home. It's kind of imbibed, and I don't think it's something that we have acquainted genetically, and it's in the gene thing. It is something that is acquirable, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So, what do you think makes a good leader? What kind of a skill set do you think that makes a good leader?
Okay. So to be a good leader, the first thing that I understand a person must possess is really good communication skills. Okay, so you need to be
Spot
an
on.
active listener.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you need
See,
to be an
that's
active
where all the
listener.
communication trainers come into place here.
Yes, of course. Because
Yeah,
unless and until you understand what the other person is going through, you will
yeah,
not be able to guide him or support him, right? So
correct.
there are a lot of team managers
Mm-hmm.
who align his goals with the organization's goals and make sure that the targets are met on time, and it's like just force the team
Yeah,
to achieve the targets irrespective of understanding if the team is really comfortable doing the work that is assigned to them, if they need any kind of a help, etc., right? So
correct.
for that to be answered, for that challenge to be answered, you need to really be a good listener, right? And
Mm,
you must know how to communicate well, how to communicate the vision, how to communicate the goals in a better way, so that the people understand what they're doing, where they're going, so that their quality of the work actually improves. So that's the first thing that a leader must possess. The next
exactly.
thing that I think is emotional intelligence, which is
Yeah, that's need of
empathy.
the hour, isn't it? That's the
Yeah,
need of the hour.
empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Empathy.
So putting yourself in somebody else's shoes is really very important to understand what they're going through and what kind of a support are they expecting out of you. Are they really comfortable with the work aligned to them? So empathy plays really a major role. So these are the
Yeah.
two major things that I think a leader must possess at any cost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then, um, and what do you think is a huge difference between a perfect, 100% perfect leader and an ideal leader? In the sense, I'm asking you, I guess you're able to capture my question now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
there's a thin line of difference, isn't it?
yes, yes. Yeah. So maybe we can say a good leader and an ideal leader. So when I say a good leader, again, as I just quoted, he's more focused on the organization's goals, and his goals are again aligned with the organization's goals, and he makes sure that the targets are met on time. And he of course helps, motivates, supports the team, but only
Mm-hmm.
when there is an ask from the team.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
unless and until there is no ask from the team, there is no initiative from his side to make sure that the things are going on in the right way. But whereas an ideal leader is someone who takes one step additional, in fact, or goes one step beyond the good leader, wherein he is very empathetic and he understands what the team is going through, and he supports the team in a long-term goals, in their
Yeah.
vision, and
Yeah.
it's not just about their ask; it's much beyond that. So
That's right.
yeah, so he feels that it is his responsibility to make sure that he puts their growth ahead of his growth, which
Yeah,
automatically
that
takes
makes
care of his
that makes
growth.
sense,
Yeah.
isn't it? Not many leaders, take the team's growth or as theirs. They consider
Yes.
their growth to be on the top. They consider actually their growth as a
Yeah,
priority,
yeah. They're more
isn't it?
like the organization's goals
Correct.
are met or not. So he is only bothered about his targets and if he's being praised, or that's what matters to him. But
Yeah,
an
that's what
ideal
matters.
leader, yeah. So it's more like a servant leadership model that an ideal leader follows, wherein he feels that his
Huh.
team needs to grow, and that's where he sees his growth. That's where he sees
Huh.
his path.
That matters. Actually, yeah, you said that servant leadership. Yeah. Um, Actually, I was thinking about this. When you say it's not more of the organization's growth also.
Hmm.
This is something that we have to think about, isn't it? It
Yes.
is more of the team's growth. Could we
Hmm.
say that way?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ideal leader should be thinking about the team's growth and eventually which will turn into the organization's growth as well. Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
so that is
that
that
makes
is
sense.
what
Yes.
builds a trust and hope within the team, right? So
Yeah.
the reason for attrition is again all, it all comes around this point here, right? So as long as the team is taken care in every aspect, the
Correct.
company will never face attrition, right? So
That's
attrition is.
another thing, and I've seen, I've worked as a quality analyst. I've worked in customer support roles as well. I've
Mm,
seen people resigning the organization for no reason, and when now back then I was not able to understand that, and now
mm.
when I look into this as as a critical criteria, you could say that people leave you just not just like that. They just don't like the organization. It's not the reason that they don't like the
Yeah, so
organization.
when the people feel that they're not valued, they're not
They're
heard,
not valued.
their,
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
so their requirements are not met, their growth is not given a priority, which is really very
Mm,
important. So they will
mm,
have to grow within the organization and along with the organization. And when that criteria is not met, is when people think about quitting or jumping onto companies. So this is
yeah.
what increases the attrition. And
And
as
the
long
leader
as there
plays
is.
an important role, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah. And the leader is a crucial part. So
exactly.
people quit just because of the managers. I mean,
Yes,
not
very
just
true.
because of
Very,
the managers.
very
Yeah.
true. Yeah, very
Just
true. See,
because.
because
Yeah.
yeah, so recently we have conducted a one-day workshop with a company. Okay, so
Okay.
I have created a group discussion kind of a
Mm-hmm.
thing, and there what I realized that majority of the people, maybe I would say 80 to 90% of the people are quitting just because they're not heard, their
Yeah.
growth is not given priority there. Okay, the manager don't understand their emotions, the manager don't um, respond to their needs. So these are the things that they have quoted, which is the major reason for their attrition. So
Correct.
leader
Correct.
really plays a major role because it is his responsibility to take a step ahead and make sure that the team's needs and requirements are met. And if that is not met, he is the bridge between the team and the management
Organization.
or
Yeah.
the
And
agent,
the
right? Yeah,
organization. Yes. Yeah.
exactly,
That's
exactly.
right. And Leher, I just thought of a question. It just popped into my mind out of nowhere. Actually, when we're
Mm-hmm.
talking that you said there are people who don't understand. I mean, they quit the job just because of their managers. Because the manager doesn't understand what the problem is. And see, if you had to prepare, a chart kind of a thing,
Mm-hmm.
giving a point table, say for example. Okay, so what weightage would you give for an ideal managerial skill? In the sense, we take communication, we take
Mm-hmm.
emotional intelligence, we take time management,
Mm-hmm.
we take all the managerial skills. So,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of a weightage would you give for this particular um, aspect
I would say maybe 8 on 10.
for emotional intelligence?
Yes.
Yeah. So the rest, what happens to the rest too? On just out of curiosity, actually.
Okay. See, there's something called adaptability. Then there's something called self motivation. There's something called having a
Okay.
vision for yourself, focus.
Mm.
So these are the things that you need to work on your own, right? Apart
Mm.
from that, yes, the emotional
Mm.
intelligence part, which is coming from the leader, yes, plays a
Yeah.
major role. Yeah.
Right. So we've spoken about what emotional intelligence is, how a leader should be a good communicator, and all these things, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now coming to a crucial part, actually, it is also one of the important skills, not for the leader, but also for the team members and also for the organization as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking about time management,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So what do you think are the key factors of time management that a leader should possess? Actually, I
Okay.
mean, I'm asking you in the sense, if a person possesses these kind of time management qualities, they would for sure become a leader.
Okay,
You got my
got
point.
that.
Yeah.
Got that.
Yeah.
The time management is something which is not only applicable for the leadership, it is something which is required for
Yeah.
every individual, rather. Okay. But
Correct.
when you move up the ladder, time management becomes very, very important because when you are at the start of your career, maybe you can a little compromise on it, but you cannot compromise on it when you move up the ladder. That becomes very important because you are responsible for your team, right? You are not an individual contributor anymore. You are responsible on behalf of your team and for your team, right?
Yeah.
So
And for the
then
organization also. Yeah.
exactly,
Eventually.
exactly, exactly. So time management plays a major role as you go on there,
Yeah.
right? Then you really need to know how to prioritize your task, which really is important, right? You need to have a perfect planning for yourself, and then
Yeah.
you need to know how to avoid distractions that comes your way because there will be a lot of people who will approach you or a lot of
Correct.
tasks that comes your way which is not really that important and which can wait when compared to the other tasks. So you need to know how to avoid those kind of distractions. And
Yes.
procrastination is something that comes into the life of everyone, no matter you are a fresher, no
Yes.
matter you are a leader, no matter you are on the top of the CAD or whatever it is. Procrastination is something that approaches everyone. You really need to know how to overcome that
Correct.
procrastination,
Yeah.
and you need to master the art of delegation. So delegation
Exactly.
is important, but at the same time, you need to know what to delegate and what not to delegate because you shouldn't mess it up by delegating it to the wrong person and then again
That becomes
increasing your
pathetic, isn't
time
it?
to do it.
It's a disaster,
Exactly.
actually.
Yes, that can become a real disaster. So you really
Yeah.
need to know how to delegate to the right person. And
Yes.
yeah, then you need to be more flexible, and then you need to set your goals according to the time that you are allocated. So these are a couple of things that you really need to take care when you are doing your time management, is what I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to delegate the task to the right person, you need to really be a subject matter expert. You need to know what you are doing, and you should also be a very good, what do you say, a trainer. So when I say trainer, not as per the profession, but you need to know how to make sure that your team is equipped with that knowledge to perform the task that you are aligning to them or assigning to them. So yes, so you need to be totally equipped in that way.
Yeah. So we were speaking about delegation, time management, and all these things. Now, getting into an important key skill, which is empathy or
Mm-hmm.
emotional intelligence, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me your thoughts on that. Like, what are all the uh, key attributes or best practices for a leader to develop EQ?
Okay. Emotional intelligence was once upon a time looked down at. Okay, so now it is being considered as the most important skill that everyone must possess, in fact, not just the leader. But when it comes to the leader, it's given utmost importance. Because unless and until you understand or you feel what your team is feeling, you will never be able to guide them in the right manner.
Yeah.
Right. For example, you are working on a deadline of a project, okay, and there's a team who is really um, not feeling well or who really wants to take some time off,
Yeah,
okay,
correct.
and if this person approaches you and say I am really not keeping well and I need an emergency leave, okay, if you are a leader with 0% emotional quotient, you would only think about your deadline, your work's deadline, right, your project
Correct.
deadline, right?
Correct.
So you would say, see, it's just a matter of a day or it's just a matter of a week. So our priority now is to finish your work. And and then later, if you want, you can just take an additional day off or whatever it is, right? So for
Mm-hmm.
them at that point of time, just meeting the deadline is more important than understanding what the person is actually going through. So that might work for that one situation, but when this thing continues in different aspects, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it forces people to feel, it forces the team to feel that they're not heard, they're not valued, and over a period of time, as I told you, this might lead to attrition where they are not valued at all, right?
Correct,
So
correct.
so if you are a person who know how to delegate things properly, and you know how to manage things properly, maybe you will get it done in a better way, in such a way that it's a balance
Mm.
in the entire team,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, having empathy is the utmost important thing once you become a manager or a team leader.
Mm-hmm. And it's not about just knowing delegation, but it's also about feeling for them from their position, don't
Exactly.
you think, right?
Yeah, understanding their needs is
Mm,
really very important.
yeah. And uh, I guess managers these days are like, super excited to get the work done, and they
Exactly,
don't least
because
bother about what the team members actually are going through, right? They
yes,
may
for them
be in a
meeting
mental
the goals
trauma.
are
Mm,
important. Yeah, because
yeah.
these days competition really is very high when they really looking out for the promotion or moving out to the next level. Their
Mm-hmm.
their work and the quality of the work, their score really matters. So they just try to check if their goals are really aligned with the organization's goal, if they are meeting their targets the maximum number of times. But
Yeah.
ideally, later you more think about if the team's needs are met or not, because as I told you, putting the team success above your success really plays a major role. So when it
Mm,
comes to this situation, yes, empathy really plays a major role.
yeah, correct. And we were talking about how to, develop all those leadership skills. So, what kind of a tips could you give to develop empathy or emotional intelligence?
Developing empathy is nothing but putting yourself in other shoes and understanding what they're actually going through, right? You
Yeah,
need to,
that's right. Mm-hmm.
um, if you understand what exactly they're going through, yes, you will know how to react in that kind of a situation, which is really important. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure a leader might have come to that level, crossing the agents level or crossing the freshers level, right? So when they know what are the challenges that they have faced,
Yeah,
they will surely know how to react. And moreover, it's really important to sit and have a talk with the team, stay
yes,
connected with the team, right? So
exactly.
active listening really plays a major role.
Mm,
Good communication skills are really important. You need to spend really good time with your team to understand what their needs are, how they are feeling about every situation that's happening around in the team, in the organization, to check
right,
if
right.
they have any kind of a challenges, if they need some kind of a training or any kind of knowledge that is required to meet the targets that they are assigned to. So this
Correct.
communication will really help to understand what the needs are, and that will really help to understand how to improve that emotional quotient within them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
when I say communication, we are not just only focusing on the talking part, we are also focusing on the non-verbal things, because a lot of people are not very comfortable conveying everything that they have in their mind. So being
Right.
a good leader or an ideal leader, you should also be able to read between the lines. You should
Exactly.
understand a lot of things, looking at their body language, looking at how they are reacting to various situations, which
Mm,
will also give you a clue what they're really looking for. And addressing to their needs is really important if you want them to grow and if you want your growth to happen along with their growth, and
correct,
that's
correct.
really
It
important.
actually a manager's growth ultimately depends on the team's growth, right?
Yes,
Yeah. The organization doesn't, give you the post of a manager just like that. You
yes,
have to go through,
exactly.
go through several things, and emotional intelligence being a very, very important key skill these days.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important just because to have a better connection with your team members or peers as well, right? What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So now we've come to the end of the session actually. And
Uh-huh.
so far it's been so good. How did you
Okay.
feel about it, Leher?
Yeah, I'm really thrilled that I got an opportunity to express myself. I really feel good about it. Yeah,
Yeah, fine. Maybe this is an experience for both of us actually. So I was looking for
exactly.
someone who could talk about leadership because this is not my something which I specialize in, and this is not this is out of my comfort zone, I would say. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought, okay, fine, you will be the right person to get in touch with.
Okay,
I
that's nice.
desperately wanted someone to speak about this for a long
Okay.
time actually because since I'm active in LinkedIn and so as you. So
Mm-hmm.
when we come across certain posts in LinkedIn, we see that how mean managers could be, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that whatever you have spoken now is really an eye opener, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you so much, Leher, for sharing all your insights. Now, I just want to have a
Mm-hmm.
quick wind up for this episode with a rapid fire round. Are you ready?
Uh-huh. Okay.
You can take your own time,
Okay.
no problem. It's a surprise, actually.
Okay, no worries. Let's see. Let's face it. Let's see what it is.
Okay, let's see. I just have say what about 10 questions with me.
Uh-huh.
So I thought, okay, fine. Let's end it off with a fun note. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So it'll be engaging for the listeners as well. Shall we go
Okay.
ahead?
Is it out of the topic or will it
It's
be
out of the
within the
topic. It's
topic?
not. It's not
Oh,
anywhere connected to the topic. Don't worry.
okay. No worries. Yeah.
It's actually totally out of the topic. It's not
Okay.
something
Okay.
connected with the topic. Not an issue. Okay.
Okay. No
So
problem.
yeah, you'll get about 30 seconds time to answer your questions. You know how rapid
Uh-huh.
fire works, right?
Yes.
So shall we begin?
Yes. Let's go.
Okay. Question number one. What's your favorite way to unwind after a very long and tiring day?
Um, I usually watch some fun videos or something which really boosts up my mood immediately. That's what I do.
Seriously, after a long day, you have all the time to watch, fun videos. Oh my God.
Yes, I know. I really do it.
Yeah, it kind of relaxes, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Sometimes,
It,
yeah,
it,
we
it
need all the.
immediately gets you out of the mood. Me, of
Yeah.
course, maybe, people have different thoughts about this, but for me, it's an immediate skip from the mood that I'm
Sounds good, actually. I must try this. So, yeah, the next one is are you a morning person or a night owl?
I would say night.
I could see you active in WhatsApp at 2:45. What do you do till 2:45 in the morning?
This is right from my childhood. I
Mm-hmm.
can never wake up early in the mornings. Okay, but I
Okay.
can stay awake till morning. Okay, I cannot sleep the whole night, but once I sleep, I can never wake up early in the morning. But now I'm forced to because I have to send my kids to school. And for me, early in the morning is like 6:30. I can never wake up before that. I
Before
know
that, is
people
it?
wake. Yeah, I've seen a lot of women waking up at 3:30, 4 o'clock to do
Yeah.
pujas and all, but I can never, never, never ever do that. For
So
me,
you're a
the
night owl.
earliest,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
suspecting actually. When I saw your last scene was at 2:45 a.m. in the morning. I thought, okay, let me message her. Actually, I'm a morning person, okay. I wake up at
Okay.
4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my
I was
God.
thinking, is this the right time to even message her? Let me see.
That's like midnight for me, trust me,
Okay,
that's like
yeah.
midnight
You'll
for
be
me.
deep into sleep, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
That's actually preference, yeah.
Yes.
And the next thing, one thing uh, people would be surprised, even your known circle would be surprised to know
Hmm.
about you.
Is there really something like that? I
Tell
don't
me
know
one
if there
thing.
is something like that.
Uh-huh.
Um,
It could be
I,
anything,
I surprising. See,
even
for
your known
me,
circle.
my circle is very, 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 very limited. And because it is very limited, they know in and out of me. Think there is something like that which is very surprising that people don't know about me. No, nothing. Nothing
Okay.
nothing that I remember at least.
Okay, forget it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question, yeah. That
Mhm.
one skill every leader must have. One skill every leader must have. Let's
I
get
would say
into something
perfect
serious.
communication skills.
Communication, yeah.
Yes, perfect
Great.
communication takes care of everything else.
Yes. Hold on, yeah. Now, communication trainers will be lining up to conduct sessions for leaders and managers, actually.
Yeah, everything starts from there because unless and until you can communicate well, everything else is like, just hidden there. Nothing
Right,
can
right.
come up unless you can communicate well.
Yeah. Okay, good. And the next question.
Hmm.
One book or a podcast that has inspired your work. I mean, I've seen this it's like charging, supercharging for me. Book or a podcast or
Uh,
whatever it is, or a YouTube channel
okay.
maybe.
I don't continuously watch something like that. Okay,
Hmm.
I just keep shifting from one video to the other
Oh,
and
so
book.
you're a micro learner kind of a person, isn't it?
Exactly. I
Mm,
don't stick to something like that. So
that shorts
I've seen
fan.
multiple. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So there's nothing you can think about.
Maybe I would say I've not gone through the entire thing, but Rich Dad Poor Dad is something which is really inspiring. Different ways of
Mm,
learning how life must be if you really need to,
yes.
um, enjoy your life towards
Right, right.
the
That's
later part.
correct.
I mean, a
It's
lot
an
of
excellent
morals
book
that you
actually.
can learn from there. Yeah, that's
Mm,
something. Otherwise, there's nothing that I permanently stuck to.
okay,
I
nothing
just
like
keep
that.
shifting.
Okay. And next question would be, what is your proudest moment as a trainer?
There were lots.
Mm-hmm.
So,
One
okay.
thing which
So
you can never forget.
yeah. So there was this recent training that I've conducted for 1 month. This was for a corporate company.
Okay.
Okay, so that was for communication skills. Okay, one entire month for communication skills. It was intense training for them,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and the last day of the feedback session was really good. And there was this one lady who told me that, "Ma'am, you're the bap of tenses. So if
Ah,
somebody wants to learn tenses, they need
okay.
to only approach Lehar." That
Uh,
really felt good. I was really happy about that because
it's a pat on the back moment. Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. Because tenses is something which is confusing to a lot of people because
Yes,
they don't know when to use
that's right.
each of these formats and why they should be actually using
Mm,
it, and it's really
mm,
confusing. So I have
mm,
made it very simple because I've been doing this from almost 5 to 6 years. I simplified it and made it my own version so that
mm-hmm.
I can make it more clear and understandable to them. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was good. They
So,
really liked that.
yeah, so all the school homework hasn't gone for waste.
Exactly, exactly. Yes.
Okay. See, you have many moments actually. Okay, so the next question would be, what's one leadership myth that you want to bust out? It's a myth, don't believe this kind of a thing that you want to share with our listeners.
Okay, a lot of people feel that the moment their scores are high, they're good leaders. Okay, so that's
Mm,
really a myth. Just because your scores are high doesn't mean that you're a good leader. You're only focusing on your targets to be met. So you never
mm,
know when your team will kick you out. It's only a myth. Okay, so
yeah,
getting the highest score in terms of meeting your targets with the on behalf of the team is not the quality of a good
it's a
leader.
myth. Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
mm,
So
mm.
even if your overall score is less, yet your team really desires that you are that they need you as a manager for a longer period of time. That is your achievement, is what I
Yeah,
feel. Yeah,
correct, correct. Exactly. I would agree with you. Actually, scores don't make you fly high. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So the next question would be, if you had to sum up leadership in one word, what would it be? One word, just one word.
Okay, so leadership is like a package. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so it's a
Sounds
package which
interesting.
has multiple things,
Okay.
wherein you have your communication in par, and then you have your
EQ.
EQ, then you have your time
Yeah.
management. Everything is combinedly treated like a package. That's what you are as a leader.
Yeah. That's good. That's good, actually. So, next one would be if you could instantly master
Mm-hmm.
one skill that you can instantly master, what would that be?
Mm-hmm. Um, okay. I would say master.
You're thinking too much. If you ask me, I'll say if I could master one skill, that would be sleep.
Okay, okay. I was more thinking in this,
Oh, in the
soft
soft
skills
skills
terms.
point of view.
What is that I need to be thinking about? No, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay. If you ask me in that way, then I would say I would want to master how to, control my cravings in terms of
See, now we have someone.
management. Because
Okay.
I'm a foodie and I've always been on the higher side of my weight,
Hmm.
and that's something which I really find difficult.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Actually, cravings
something.
are very difficult to control, actually, especially for
Control.
women.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm on it. I'm on it. Don't worry. We're on the same page. Okay. So, what's a motto or a phrase that you live by till date?
Do your best, and the rest is taken care.
Great. Great. Exactly. And that's what actually many people wants to hear that, right?
Exactly.
You give your best, push beyond the boundaries, and life
Hmm.
is exciting, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mhm.
All right, Leha, thank you so much for spending time with me so far.
It was
And
really my pleasure being on this
thank you. Thank you
podcast,
so much.
Sukanya. So
Thank you so
it's a new experience for me, and
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed it, and I
Thank
hope
you.
to see many coming this
Yeah,
way.
sure, sure, sure. I'd love to connect again. I'd love to connect again. Thank you
My
so much. Thank you
pleasure.
so much for all the time. I think it's time we wind up. Thank you for giving so much of insights regarding leadership.
Hmm.
And we've spoken a lot, right? It's
Yes.
like an eye opener for me right now. I'm feeling fully charged and full hit of that dopamine
Oh
thing
my God.
out of my brain. It happens, right? When it feels like something you've accomplished something, isn't it?
Okay, that's
Sometimes,
nice
yeah.
to hear. That's nice
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah, sometimes,
Yeah.
yes, it feels that way because this is my first interview. Uh,
Hmm.
so long as I was doing a solo podcast thing, right? So
Okay.
now I have a guest to
Oh, so
speak. You are the
okay, so this
first
is your
guest.
first interview, is it?
Yes, yes,
Oh
yes.
my
You are
God,
my
I'm
first
really
guest,
glad.
actually.
I'm glad.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being
Thank you,
with me.
Sukanya.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye
thank you.
bye. See you.
Bye. Have a good day. Take
You
care.
too. Bye bye. And that's how we wrap up an insightful episode. I hope you found this episode interesting. If you did, then don't forget to share this episode to your friends and family and keep listening. And yeah, please do check out the description where I've linked Lehar's Academy's address as well. So if you are in need of any training requirements, then you can get in touch with her. Just keep listening to this podcast and keep supporting. Thank you so much.